Okay, welcome to video number 4, rounding numbers. You can read the objective, you can read the notes. Okay, I do want to point out that 0 to 4, there are 5 numbers here, so there is an even split of numbers, and most people forget this, so let's write this here. For 0 to 4, you have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you count, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers. And for 5 to 9, there's another 5 numbers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. People believe there's an uneven split when rounding numbers, but actually there's an even split. There are 5 numbers from 0 to 4 and 5 numbers from 5 to 9. Okay, so let's look at our examples here. Round to the nearest 10. So let's look at our 10. We look at the number to the right of 10, and this will tell us what to do. The number to the right of what we're rounding to is 9. It's between 5 and 9, so we would increase. We would add 1 to the 2. So rounding to the nearest 10 of 429 goes to 430. So now we're asked to round to the nearest 100, your 100. You look to the right of the place value and you see that 9, which means you add to this number. So 398 goes to 400. Now round to the nearest 1,000. So you count tens, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and then you look to the right of it. So what number do we have here? 409,000. And every other number to the right of your place value goes to 0. This makes it easy to add and estimate large numbers. Here's a place value chart to help you remember the words that go with each place value. And let's look at example 2. So we have 3 examples here. Round to the nearest 10th. So place value is extremely important. 9 is to the right. So this number will go to 1.1, or it will be 1.10, depending on what you're dealing with. But this will be the most common in a math class. This example will be common in a science class where you're taking measurements of numbers. Our second example, our second example on this page for numbers less than 1. Round to the nearest 100th. 10th, 100th. This is the hundredths. We still are looking at the number to the right. So we would add. So we would have 3.44. And if you want it, you could write 3.440 to round it off. But again, the top number is the most common way in a math class. And finally, to the nearest thousandth. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. This is our place value. We look at the number to the right, which is between 0 and 4. So our rounded number is 40.914. 40.914. And I know that 9 looks a little crazy, but excuse my sloppy handwriting. And let's move on to your examples. Place value chart for you to look at and round each number. Okay, so let's look at our answers here. Round to the nearest 10. 9,900. round to the nearest hundred, goes 2,900. Round to the nearest thousand, which is here, 25,000. When you're rounding, you can get zeros for the numbers that you're rounding after the place value number that you're rounding to. Round to the nearest tenth, 1.5. Round to the nearest hundredth, 2.86. Round to the nearest thousands, 2.485. And if you read through the Common Core standards, by the time you get to the ninth grade, they want all numbers rounded to the thousandth place. So this will be the most common way of looking at digits, especially when you're dealing with repeating numbers and fractions and converting between the two and percentages and all of those types of numbers. This is our lesson on rounding. Thank you for being with me today.